Joey Asher, 15 minutes including Q&A, a plan to save the world from lousy presentations. Prepare to dive into a transformative guide that will teach you how to give impactful presentations that captivate audiences and leave a lasting impression. The book summary of 15 minutes including Q&A, a plan to save the world from lousy presentations by Joey Asher offers crucial insights into crafting and executing powerful presentations that resonate with your audience's challenges and concerns. Expect to learn the importance of maintaining a concise, 15-minute time frame, consisting of 7 minutes for the main presentation and 8 minutes for a question-answer session. Discover the significance of an engaging, passionate delivery style, structuring your presentation with clear, retainable messages, and the power of storytelling within your speech.
Engaging presentations. According to the book, most business presentations are ineffective and do not engage the audience. They lack energy, fail to address the audience's concerns, and use bloated PowerPoint slides. The key to an engaging presentation is to use metaphors, analogies, and interesting content while avoiding extraneous information. Additionally, providing sufficient time for questions and answers after the main body of the talk is crucial. Captivate your audience. To give a captivating presentation in a limited time frame, avoid unnecessary phrasing and recycled material. Focus on offering valuable content that is relevant to your audience. Develop a passionate delivery style that engages your listeners. A 15-minute speech is ideal, with 7 minutes allotted for the presentation and 8 for questions. Keep your audience in mind, and deliver information that is impactful and meaningful. Don't waste time by updating listeners on things they already know. Instead, focus on making every minute of your presentation count. With these tips, captivate your audience and leave a lasting impression. Crafting a message for business presentations. Crafting a message in a simple, straight line is a challenge that most business professionals face. In order to deliver an engaging presentation in 7 minutes, start with the hook by identifying the main problem on your audience's mind. The next step is the preview, where you provide a brief overview and focus on 3 simple ideas to solve the problem. The body of the presentation follows, where you provide details and brief evidence for each of the 3 ideas. Use stories, anecdotes, analogies, and clear information to support your points. The 4th step is the recap, where you reintroduce your 3 main points, and the final step is the call to action, where you restate the point of the presentation and explain what the audience must do or what you will do next. By following this sequence, crafting an effective business presentation becomes manageable and straightforward. Hitting the bullseye. Connect with your audience by addressing their specific challenges. Use a hook to grab their attention and emphasize how you can help solve their problem. Think of the opening scene in Jaws. It hooks the audience within the first 2 minutes. Keep your presentation short and concise, focusing on the essential information that can be delivered in 7 minutes. By doing so, you can keep your audience engaged and solve their challenges effectively. Distilling key messages. To effectively communicate with your audience, it is crucial to identify 3 main messages to convey. Keep each message concise, like a bumper sticker, to make it easy to remember. Anticipate potential questions about the key points and provide clear answers to avoid confusion. The aim is to ensure that the audience understands the information presented and does not leave with any lingering uncertainties. Key points reinforcement. When delivering a presentation, it is crucial to recap your 3 key points and supporting explanations to ensure they are remembered. The emphasis should be on clarity rather than eloquence, as this is what leaves a lasting impression on the audience. Compelling public speaking. Speaking in public is not about hearing yourself talk but rather compelling action from your audience. It is essential to have a clear and concise message that directs listeners towards a specific call to action. To achieve this, speakers should ask for exactly what they want from their audience, leaving no doubt about what the desired outcome is. For instance, ask listeners to approve a budget or take the next step in the process. The goal is to get the audience to think about what they can do next instead of simply wasting time listening. Captivating presentations. The secret to effective presentations lies in using stories to deliver your message. This book encourages speakers to weave narratives into their speeches, starting with the central idea and unfolding events in chronological order. To ensure brevity, stories should be no longer than a minute, and focused on a personal experience. By hitting the main point again at the end, the audience is left with a memorable takeaway. With this approach, speeches can be captivating, informative, and less than 7 minutes long. Connecting with your audience. Effective ways to keep your audience engaged during a presentation. Presenting to an audience requires the presenter to keep the audience engaged throughout. The audience should be able to follow the presentation effortlessly, but it is challenging for them to absorb and remember everything presented to them. That is where the presenter comes in. Implementing signposts and transition sentences helps the audience stay focused and on track. The transition statements may not flow smoothly, but they are necessary for effective communication. The presenter needs to know the audience's needs so they can focus on the points that would interest them. It is essential to include a hook and preview of the key points before discussing them. The presenter should also keep the presentation short and straightforward, highlighting the major points and ideas. A recap of the major concepts and a call to action would help cement the presentation's message. Effective presentations require eye contact with the audience, which facilitates actual connection with them. The presenter needs to put themselves in the audience's shoes, making it easier to recognize their needs and motives. Through effective communication, the presenter can connect with the audience, impart important information and achieve their objective. Mastering the Q&A. The Q&A session after a presentation is the secret ingredient that can make your overall speech a success. It's like duct tape that can fix any problems during your formal talk. Using the Q&A to cover tangential items or details enables you to focus on your 3 primary points during the body of the presentation. Moreover, you can engage in the most natural, conversational speaking mode, a verbal give and take. Make sure you keep your answers brief, plan sound and pithy answers to the 15 likely questions in advance, and ask for questions after each main point. The Q&A session provides an opportunity for you to sell your presentation concepts to the audience, so embrace objections, and never delay answering a question, even one that pops up in your talk. Mastering presentation skills. The art of delivering great presentations involves connecting with the audience, being passionate, using proper body language and vocal expression, rehearsing, keeping it concise, and focusing on 3 key points. Presentations can be an effective tool to convey ideas and inspire action when done right. Unfortunately, most presenters fail to connect with their audience, leading to presentation failures. To avoid this, presenters need to establish eye contact with individual audience members and make sure that their direct gaze registers with each person they see while delivering the presentation. Passionate presenters who exaggerate their body language, gestures, and facial expressions connect better with the audience. Exaggeration is essential to bring a presenter back to the level he or she speaks in an animated manner with friends. The vocal tone and modulation play an important role in engaging the audience. Presenters should try to speak in at least the 50 to 60 range, changing tone, volume, and pace, pausing often to keep the audience's attention. Rehearsing the presentation is crucial to sound confident, knowledgeable, and engage the audience. Memorizing the first 2 lines helps presenters to sound confident and knowledgeable from the beginning. Also, recording the presentations for self-assessment can help to improve the body language and address any issues. Presenters should strive to keep the presentation concise, focus on no more than 3 points, use transitions between different modules, and tell stories to make it more relatable. The question and answer period should be allowed at the end of the presentation, giving brief answers. Presentations should not exceed 15 minutes, and the key message should be memorable by breaking it down into 3 main questions that the audience may ask. In conclusion, mastering presentation skills involves connecting with the audience, being passionate, using proper body language and vocal expression, rehearsing, keeping it concise, and focusing on 3 key points. With these essential tips, anyone can deliver a great presentation that inspires action and achieves its intended purpose.
Through the summary of 15 minutes including Q&As by Joey Asher, you have gained insights into the art of delivering compelling presentations that captivate your audience. Remember to maintain a 15-minute time frame, consisting of a 7-minute presentation and an 8-minute Q&A session. Ensure that your delivery style is passionate and engages the audience by focusing on their challenges and concerns. Clearly structure your presentation around 3 main, easily digestible points, and incorporate storytelling for an impactful speech. By embracing these key takeaways and implementing them in your presentations, you are well on your way to becoming a more persuasive and captivating speaker, leaving a lasting impact on your audience.